So I know you're all on mute, but please do sing along with me. Hine Matov. Hine Matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim 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 shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, yadadai dadadadadadai. Hine matov, yadadai dadadadadadai. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, yadadai dadadadadadai. Hine matov, yadadai dadadadadadai. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. And then we have another wonderful song that many of you know for welcoming in Shabbat. It's a song called Shabbat Shalom, and the words are pretty much Shabbat Shalom or Bim Bam. So for those of you kids and adults alike who know the hand choreography for Bims and Bombs, feel free to go ahead and do those. I can't do them while I'm playing guitar, but please show us your best Bims and Bombs with your hands while I'm playing along. And maybe we'll have a chance to spotlight you if we can all see everybody's Bims and Bombs. So please join me. Bim Bam, Shabbat Shalom.
Well, that was great. Great bimming and bombing, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, dear friends. Shabbat Shalom. Boy, we were, Mr. George and I were talking a little bit earlier about classic rock and with Cantor, and that's sort of a classic Jewish, right, religious school song, right? Bim Bam, Hine Matov. Those are the classic rocks of synagogue. Well, welcome, dear friends. Welcome to our family Shabbat service on the first Friday of each and every month. It's so great to be together as family and as friends to celebrate Shabbat and to thank God for all the goodness in our lives. This is a very special Shabbat because tonight we are led by our wonderful second grade religious school students and their teacher, George Lowe, and George's teaching assistant, Dimitri Mertens. And oh, tonight is also very special because tonight we also celebrate Ezra Brahms becoming a bar mitzvah this Shabbat. Let's see if we can spotlight Ezra there for a second. And there he is. There's Ezra and Brendan and Dana. And I see Milo's shoulder. There they are. And there's Milo's face. Welcome. It is so great to celebrate with you all. Mazel tov. Thanks for being with us tonight, the night before the bar mitzvah ceremony. So with our second graders and George and Dimitri and the Schwartz Brahms family, and with our temple community, with all of you near and far, let's now enter the peace and the joy that is Shabbat. Our good friend Jason Marks is going to spotlight our second graders and the Schwartz Brahms family for candle lighting. We'd like to invite everybody at home to get your Shabbat candles ready as we now call upon our second grade students and families and Ezra and Milo and Dana and Brendan to bring in the light and bring in the warmth and the joy of Shabbat. We're on page 3 in our prayer booklet, everybody. Page 3.
I'm missing somebody. Who am I missing?
Oh, wait. Okay, so Jason, you are there. We go. We got Shy. Okay, so Ezra's going to lead us in some English, and then everybody's going to light the candles, and then Cantor's going to lead us in the Hebrew blessing.
Come, let us welcome Shabbat, a day of rest, a day of joy, a family celebration.
All right. Thank you, Ezra. And we see you all have beautiful candlesticks there, and candles, I should say, as well as the candlesticks. So we invite everybody to please light your Shabbat candles.
How can you see all the candles?
I don't have any.
Oh, okay, Shy. All right. Well, we can look at the other pretty candles that are in the Zoom room. I don't have any either.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. And looking at these beautiful families, our second grade families and the Schwartz Brahms family. And by the way, we have Schwartz Brahms families all over from Denver tonight and all other places near and far. As we're looking at these beautiful families, we think of all of our beautiful families, and we turn now to page 4 for our family blessing. Let's join together.
May God bless you and keep you. May He shine His face upon you and grace you. May He lift His presence unto you and grant you peace. May God bless you and keep you. May she shine her face upon you and grace you. May she lift her presence unto you and grant you peace. And grant you peace.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom. Wow. Well, let's turn now to page 6. We come to our call to worship, the Baruch Hu. And if you feel so moved, we invite you to please rise for our call to worship. And please be seated, everybody. Please be seated. We now open our hearts to the blessings in life and to their source, the divine presence who is one and who unites all creation as it's expressed in the Shema on page 10, everybody, page 10.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
We know that the Shema comes from the Torah in the book of Deuteronomy in chapter 6 of the book of Deuteronomy, verse 4, and right after the Shema in the Torah, immediately after it is the Ve'ahavta. It is words of Torah, and to chant words of Torah tonight, we are so honored to call upon our bar mitzvah, Mr. Ezra Brahms, to lead us in the Ve'ahavta on page 12. Hey, Ezra, Shabbat Shalom. Oh, there it is.
Hi.
Hi, Dana. Hi, Brendan. Hey, Milo, Ezra. All right, sir, whenever you are ready, we will join you at home as we stay muted.
Ve'ahavta
et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha v'chol nafshecha v'chol meodecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha al hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta b'am v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha b'derech Ushachbecha uvkumecha, ukshartam laot al yadecha, vahayu latotafot beineinecha, uktabtam al mezuzot beitecha, uvisharecha, lema'an tiskeru vaisetem et kol mitzvotai, v'yitem kedoshim le'Eloheihem. Ani Adonai Eloheihem. Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lehiyot lochem Elohim. Ani Adonai Eloheihem.
All right, Yasher Koach and Kol HaKavod, way to go. Way to go, Ezra. Way to go, Dana. Way to go, you all. That was wonderful. Thank you, Ezra. We want to thank you, and we want to thank you all for being here tonight. We know you got a lot going on tonight and tomorrow morning, and we know you want to get a good night's rest before tomorrow morning. So we want to say good night to you all and a mazel tov, and we can't wait to celebrate tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. That's 11 o'clock Pacific time. That's 12 o'clock Mountain time, I understand.
Thank
So
you all
we'll-
so much. That's how time zones work.
Bye, guys. Great to be with
Bye,
you.
thank you.
Shabbat shalom, mazel tov. Thank you. Well, in looking at my calendar here on the wall, I see that in about 10 days or so, give or take a day, we enter the Hebrew month of Nisan. And you all know what happens in the Hebrew month of Nisan. We all get a brand new car. We all get a Nissan if we were on Oprah Winfrey's show. So no, what we do in Judaism during the month of Nisan, of course, we celebrate one of our favorite Jewish holidays, the holiday of Passover. And we know that the second graders have been preparing for Passover in their class, and they have something very special to share with us tonight. And we would be honored to call upon Mr. George Lowe, our second grade teacher, to tell us all about it. Hi, George. Shabbat Shalom. Oh, there we
Shabbat
go.
Shalom, everyone. And Shabbat Shalom also to my young students who are, am I unmuted? Yes, I am. To my young students who are with us tonight. And yeah, they have presented, they told me in class what was the most important thing to each of them at Passover. And let's see, I'm wondering who is going to go first. I think it might be Shy, unless he's too shy, pardon my pun. Are you ready, Shy? Were you good? You were saying that your favorite part of Passover was getting together with family. And do you have some picture or some pictures of your family to share with us?
Yes, I have a picture of my family.
Or is the family here?
Huh?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You were going to show us some pictures of your family.
Yeah.
You got them ready?
No, I have to grab it real quick.
Okay. Okay, well, Shy, are you still with us?
I have to go find his picture.
Okay, let's see. I know because I talked with Eiler before services started. I know Eiler is ready. Eiler was talking about how much he loved the food of Passover. Eiler, please. And, oh, Eiler, what do we have there?
So first we have the bitter herb. It is that it represents the bitterness of slavery. Next is the egg, which is sacrifice at temple. And then there's the carpus, which is spring. There's the lettuce. Time, which is time in Egypt, soft at beginning, hard at end. Next is the shank bone, which is what's that one? Pesach sacrifice. And last there is the haroset. Daddy, I can't see. Which is mortas.
Mortar.
Mortar.
Very nice. Thank you, Eiler. That was wonderful. And is Shy ready yet?
What?
You know, Shy, do you have Shy? Do you have pictures of your family?
Yeah.
Okay, and you're going to tell us who they are?
Yeah.
Please.
So I got a picture of my 3 family members. One is my sister, one's me, and one's my mom.
Oh, great.
And I lost I lost the original picture, so I just have an old one.
Oh, okay. So can you hold those up so we can see them?
Yeah, this one.
Oh,
Wow,
terrific.
nice
Everybody
picture.
looks happy there. That's wonderful. Okay. Okay, Julian. Shabbat Shalom, Julian. How are you?
It's on mute.
My favorite part of Passover was the story. So I printed out this picture of Moses parting the sea, and I also have a book of the Haggadah.
Wonderful.
Very nice.
Thank you so much. Wonderful.
Well, Leah,
Can
let's
you
hear it
hold
for
up
our
your
third
picture a little
graders. Oh, a
closer?
joyous Haggadah. That's the way to do it. Such a joyful holiday. Well, thank you so much, Julian and Shai and Eiler. Thank you for sharing the things that you love about Passover. And we've got family, we've got food, we've got a great story. Those are all some of the major components to Passover. So thank you for getting us started this month of March, because Passover occurs. The first night Seder is Saturday, March 27th. So it is coming up. So thank you guys. And thank you, Mr. George, for teaching your students all about Passover and all the wonderful Jewish learning that you do throughout the year. And it seems like a great introduction to what we now do in our service each and every Shabbat. We sing the song of Passover. We sing that song of freedom and joy with Moses standing there with the Jewish people there at the Red Sea, or some people call it the Reed Sea. And it is our song of joy. It's our song of liberation and freedom. So with all those wonderful images in mind and our wonderful second graders, let's turn now to page 13 as we all sing this song of Passover, the song of freedom. Thank you, Cantor, and thanks again to all our second graders. Thank you, boys. We really appreciate it. Let's hear it for our second graders, everybody. Let's show them some love. We can do this, we can do this, we can do this. Well, Passover is a time of freedom. Shabbat is a time of freedom. Shabbat is a time for us to recognize that we are free and that we can make the choices in our lives that bring happiness and peace to the world and to ourselves. So, you know, there's this metaphor that we like to do during a family service that Shabbat is a stop sign. Jason, why don't we put that up on page 18? And this talks about the freedom that we have on Shabbat, but I want to mention something else this particular Shabbat, because this particular Shabbat is right before my son Evan, who is 16 years old. He turned 16 this past October. On Monday, he and I are going for his driving test. He's taken the written test and he's doing his driving test. And he's been paying attention to those stop signs. The two of us have been paying those attention to stop signs as we drive together. And so I'm thinking of Evan this particular Shabbat, and I'm thinking of stop signs as well, probably this Shabbat and Sunday and Monday as he takes his test. So if you could all wish him good luck, and I think he's going to do great. So let's talk together about how Shabbat is a stop sign for each and every one of us. So I'll lead, but let's all do it together at home. Such a great, great prayer. Shabbat is a stop sign. Shabbat is a time to rest and be with our family. Shabbat is a time for love and kindness. On Shabbat, we say blessings. We say thank you to God for making the earth, the sun, the flowers, the trees, and all of creation. We say thank you to God for all the good things in our lives and for the miracles that surround us each and every day. We stop and enjoy creation. Shabbat is our stop sign. And in that spirit, why don't we stop and pause for a moment to reflect on all those blessings in our lives, those blessings that we're moved to remember right now and bring to our heart and mind and soul as we spend a few moments in our very own silent prayer and contemplation.
Hopefully by now you've all had the opportunity to engage with silent meditation. And we're going to continue now with Shalom Rav, an evening time prayer for peace, which you'll find on page 18 in your Siddur, and we'll put it on the screen for you. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom. Ki ata Melech Adon Lechol HaShalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol leit v'chol sha'a b'shlomecha. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
Well, we have a fantastic custom here at Temple Sinai, each and every family service. I think you've all know about it and you've shared in it. We have a simcha celebration. Simcha, one of my favorite Hebrew words. Simcha means joy. It means gladness. It means merriment. It means happiness on some level. And we like to share in the joy and in the gladness and merriment and happiness of special occasions that we are celebrating this month of March. So if you have a birthday this month, if you have a wedding anniversary this month, if you're celebrating an achievement at work or at school, We invite you to please type that in the chat box, and we will all celebrate together your simcha, your moment of joy, and we will share in the joy for this month of March. So if your chat box isn't open, we invite you to please open it. And if you have something to share, a birthday, an anniversary, an achievement at work, at school, Mike Simon's birthday is April 18th. Happy birthday, Mike. Sylvie Shore is going fast and furious, started college at Middlebury College in Vermont this month. Wow, mazel tov to Sylvie. That is so great. That is so great. And Rami and Alexandria's 27th anniversary, wedding anniversary on March 20th. Mazel tov, Alexandria and Rami. That's fantastic. Ruth, Charlie and I have birthdays this month. Ruth Lambert's birthday is on the 16th. Charlie's is on the 26th. Happy birthday to you both. And Seth Chazanoff birthday is tomorrow. He turns 69. Happy birthday, Seth. Amber and David Eiler's parents' 11th wedding anniversary on March 20th. Mazel tov. Happy anniversary. Yes, a great date. A lot happening on the 20th. Susie Lenkowski is getting her second vaccine on March 15th. That is cause for celebration and joy. Mazel tov, Susie. Mazel tov. Oh, Kim and Steve's birthday is dog's birthday is March 1st. Your adorable dog's birthday is March 1st. Your dog, I keep forgetting your dog's name. What is your dog's name? Such an adorable dog. And happy birthday to Seth. Betsy Schechter, 59th on March 2nd. Happy birthday, Betsy. Happy birthday to you. Dr. Susan, you share a birthday. Very cool. That's right. And I can't believe I forget that your dog's name is Micah, one of my favorite Hebrew prophets. I'm just going to have to remember about the fig tree. I'm just going to have to remember about doing justice, loving mercy, and walking humbly with God. When I think of your dog walking humbly, that's the image right now. I see your dog walking humbly, and now I've got it. That's the connection to Micah. All right. Well, so much to celebrate this month. We like to call this a Simon Tov and Mazel Tov moment. It is a good sign and good fortune that we were all celebrating these very happy occasions together. Please join us in Simon Tov and Mazel Tov.
Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, yehelanu. Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov. Yehelanu, 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 Ulechol Yisrael. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulechol Yisrael. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulechol Yisrael. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulechol Yisrael.
Well, Mazel Tov again, everybody. Thank you for sharing that with us. And it's so great to be able to come together as a religious community, as a spiritual community, and be there for each other in times of joy, celebrate times of joy. And it's also a mitzvah. It's also so important for us to be there for each other in times of sadness and times of challenge and difficulty. And we do that each and every Shabbat as well. We say a prayer of healing for people that we know and care about who are in need of a healing of body, a healing of spirit. And so we join together as a community asking God's healing presence, that God's healing presence is with them and our love and support is with them as well. So we invite you now to join us in this Misha Berach prayer of healing.
מי שברך אבותינו מקור הברכה לאמותינו. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen.
Well, at this time, friends, we invite you, if you're thinking of someone who's in need of healing, to please put their name in the chat box. Our prayer of healing is for them. And our prayer of healing is also for all the people listed on the Misha Berach page, all of these family members who are in need of healing, all of these temple members who are in need of healing, all of these friends and coworkers who are in need of refuah shlema, complete healing. For all of them and for all of those listed in the chat box, we continue our prayer of healing together.
מי שברך אמותינו מקור הברכה לאבותינו. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
We pray that they are all healed. Well, our thoughts now turn to those who have departed this earth, our family members who have died, our friends who have passed away, members of our community, members of every race and nation who are a blessing to humanity. We think of them now and we honor them through our memory and through our prayer. As I mention the name of a loved one who has passed, I invite you to please stand, and then in just a moment, we'll all stand together to recite the Kaddish prayer. Just want to mention it is with great sadness and shock that we learned of the death of beloved temple member Linda Luna at the beginning of this week. And we are so deeply saddened by Linda's passing. And her funeral has not yet occurred, but she's definitely in our hearts and in our thoughts this Shabbat. And we'll be saying Kaddish for her next Shabbat. And we're thinking about her tonight. In this Shabbat, our Kaddish, our prayer is for J. Lee Crane. And it's for Dr. C. Harold Cohn. It's for Barbara Abraham and Ernestine Erkin and Earl Sanders. We pray for Larry Moskowitz. We remember Larry Moskowitz. We remember Rebecca Kaufman and Howard Schwartz and Richard Abraham and David Bernstein, Stephen Strauss, Donald Allen Pocock, Susan Goldsmith, Cecilia Carpenter, and we remember Alan Loybin. And for those who are observing Yahrzeit, the anniversary of the death of a loved one that is commemorated this week, we remember Lorraine Robinson, and Dewey Jacobs. We remember Sanford J. Boardman and Esther Green and Herbert Horowitz. We remember Albert Levitt. We remember Nancy Cutler and Joseph Sabbath, Florence Schwartz. We remember Sylvia Selfon and Dorothy Leader and Rose Schneider Jabin, Ben Silva III, Una Strauss, Rachel Rivkin, Meyer Cantor, Ben Schwartz, Albert Lane, Ralph Geist, Hilda Stern, Hillard Gottlieb, Jenny Sampson, and for all those who have lost their lives to COVID-19, who we have lost this past year And this week around this time does mark the first anniversary of the first COVID death here in America. So we think of all of those whose lives were taken by this terrible disease. We pray for their families and for their loved ones. As we now, and we also, as you're listing loved ones in the chat box as well, who have passed away that you're remembering tonight, our Kaddish prayers for all of those who you're listing in the chat box who have passed away. As together we rise for the Kaddish prayer, which is on the screen. You can also find the prayer on page 28 in your prayer booklet. For all of them, we pray. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Bialma divara chilute v'yamlich malchute. B'chayechon v'yomechon v'chaye d'chol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agalau bisman kari v'imru Amen. Yehe shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam ula almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudesha berichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechamata da'amiran bi'alma v'imru Amen. Yehe shlama Rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru Amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn. May we be a source of comfort to all who are bereaved. And together we say, Amen. And please be seated, everybody.
Thank you, Rabbi. We'd like to conclude the Kaddish prayer that we just recited with Oseh Shalom, our daily prayer for peace. If you'll please join me, we'll put those words back on the screen for you. Oseh Shalom. Oseh Shalom, Bimromah, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imeru Amen. Oseh Shalom, Bimromah, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imeru Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimromah, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imeru Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimromah, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imeru Amen.
Thank you, Cantor. We are now honored to call upon member of our Temple Sinai Board of Directors, and she is also the chair of our Social Action Committee and our Caring Congregation Committee, Carol Cornell. Shabbat Shalom, Carol.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. And I'd like to thank tonight's service participants, our second grade families for candle lighting. That was lovely. Ezra Brahms for leading the Via Haftarah prayer. And tonight's virtual oneg is sponsored by the parents and the teacher of our second grade class, Dana Schwartz and Brenda Brooms, in honor of their son Ezra's bar mitzvah. And happy birthday to Seth Chasnoff. In honor of his birthday, he is also sponsoring the oneg. Coming up at Temple Sinai this week, we have Minyan and Torah studies tomorrow at the special time of 9 a.m. Ezra Brahm's bar mitzvah tomorrow at 11, and everyone is invited. The Temple Sinai Book Club on Monday at noon will be joined by guest author and Temple member Andrea Balters-Renskoff to discuss book writing and publishing. You'll find full details and Zoom links for all these events and more in Sunday's TSG email blast. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. And stay safe and healthy.
Thank you, Carol. Thank you so very much. And we now come to our Shabbat Kiddush.
Yes, everybody, hopefully you have a moment now to grab your Kiddush cup and join me. We'll make the short Kiddush. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen l'chaim. And for our concluding song, we will, please join me, even though you're on mute, please join me for Adon Olam, which you'll find on page 30 in your Siddur. And we'll put the words up on the screen for you. And this is the traditional melody, so to speak, for Adon Olam. So please join me. Adon Olam Asher Malach B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra Li'ed Nasa B'chefzo Kol Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Ve'acharei Kichlot HaKol Levado Yimloch Noram Behu Haya Behu Hove Behu Yihya B'tif'ara Behu Echad Be'ein Sheni Lehamshir Lo Lehachbira Beli Reishit Beli Tachlit Belo Ha'oz Behamizra Behu Eli Bechai Goali B'tzor Chavli Beitzara Behu Nisi Umanos Li Benat Kosi Beyom Ekra Beyado Afkiruchi Be'eti Shan Be'aira Ve'im Ruchi Geviati Adonai li v'lo ira. Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Good Shabbos.
Thank you, Cantor. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Oh, let's unmute and wish each other Shabbat Shalom before our virtual oneg together.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.